We have next passage, next question, which is on the similar pattern, cross text connections, as we have just done. Here, text 1, text 2 means we'll have one opinion here, another opinion here, and both these opinions are different and opposite. Text 1 says, today's flat earth believers are not, though, the first to doubt what seems unquestionable. Okay. Flat earth believers means people who believe that earth is flat. The notion of a flat earth initially surfaced in the 1800s as a backslash to scientific progress, especially among those who wish to return to biblical literalism. Perhaps the most famous proponent I just mentioned, supporter, was the British writer Samuel Roe Botham. So he was the supporter for this opinion. What? Earth is flat. Earth is flat. This is given in text 1. And who is supporting? Botham is supporting. He proposed that the earth is flat and immovable disk. Immovable means that cannot be moved from one place to the other. Centered at the North Pole with Antarctica replaced by an ice wall at the disk outer boundary. So this we have taken out from this passage, that he says, this passage says that earth is flat, and we have a proponent who is the author, writer, Botham, and he gives what biblical liberalism means. He proves his point not with any scientific evidence. He gives biblical scriptures and verses, biblical stories, books to prove his point, and verses. He takes support from the literature. Okay, now text 2. Everybody knows that the higher we go, the further we can see. It's true, it's a fact, it's science. The higher we go means the higher we go up the altitude, we can see further or farther. If the earth were flat, this would not be the case, as you would be able to see all the way to the end of the planet from any place without relief, even the sea. So this opinion says, if it is flat, suppose, what means we are supposing, assumption. He is not saying, he is assuming, it's an assumption here. If earth was flat, suppose, then what would have happened? That you can see the way to the end of the planet from any place without any relief. With a powerful telescope, you could see from New York to Madrid, but that is not possible. Why? Because earth is not flat, it has curved nature. This has been known since ancient times, and that is why lighthouses are placed on top of the towers so that they are visible from greater distance, and vice versa. If you are in port and you watch a ship arrive, you will see the mast, the highest part of the ship, appear, then the sails and the hull. So when we see a ship arriving, then what do we see first? The highest part first, which is called mast. Then what appears? Sails. Then what appears? Hull. So we see the ship approaching in 3 parts, top to bottom. And that is why lighthouses are also installed or constructed, because it can be seen from a distance, because the earth is round or curved in nature. It is not flat. So this opinion is earth is flat. They say earth is curved. So we have got two different opinions, opposite opinions, right? What is the question? Based on the text, how did the author of text 2 respond to the flat earth believers discussed in text 1? Same question. How would text 2 author respond to text 1? How will he prove? How will text 2 author prove, okay, earth is not flat, it is curved? By arguing that their arguments are devoid of any scientific basis and that old notions should be tested against evidence. Will he prove this just by saying, because your arguments are not scientific, so we will not say yes to your opinion? No. This is not the right way to prove his point. When he has to prove that earth is curved in nature, he has to go beyond this. And how can he do? By illustrating that if they were correct, the scenarios the author of text 2 discussed would cease to exist. Yes, this is the point. If he can illustrate, if he can very well explain that whatever is said in text 2 will not happen, will not hold true if they are correct. And this is how he can prove his point. Okay, let's see what C says. By admonishing them, admonishing means by warning them or saying them, biblical verses need not be taken. You are taking help of scriptures and verses. Don't take such points to prove your point. They should develop a scientific temper. This is not the right way to prove any point out. By proving that the earth is neither flat nor movable, no, this is not, this is out of context. If he proves so, he cannot say his point. When the text 2 author has to prove his point, so he has to take into consideration, take into account his opinion, his claim, and that can only be proved with the help of illustration for text 2 scenarios. This is the keyword here, right? So we got our answer B. Let's take a quick look at the question tags. Reading, broadly reading, graph structure, cross connections, yes. Paired, yes. Graphics, no. Level, a little hard. What is about flat earth? So this is the what we have got.